So Imam al-Tabari, like Imam Ibn Kathir, he brought in his book Isra'iliyat. Isra'iliyat means the narrations which are from the books of the Jews and the books of the Christians. And it is one of those ma'akhif, one of those mistakes that scholars spoke about regarding this great tafsir of Ibn Kathir. That in it there is what? A hadith and athar which is not authentic. One of the brothers, he sent me a question by sending me a piece of thing that is from Tafsir Ibn Kathir regarding a narration which is to do with what we have discussed last week, that is not to take, and this week as well, that is not to go overboard regarding any righteous person, not to take the grave of any person, whether he's a prophet or not, to be something that is extra, and then we will do something extra because it will lead to shirk. He brought a story, Imam Ibn Kathir, he just sent me that. That is to say that I've discussed with a brother, and this person sent me this. That is a story of Al-Utbee. I don't think anybody knows him, because I don't know him myself. The scholar did not know him. And this man, he had brought a story from this Arabi man, Bedouin man, that he was making a sin, and then he couldn't find any place to go and seek forgiveness except for the grave of the Prophet of Allah. So he went to the top of the grave, and he rolled himself onto the grave, and he asked for forgiveness. Right? Ibn Kathir, he did not bring that chain for that. He didn't even bring it. That's why we said this is from the Ma'akhir, one of the mistakes that Ibn Kathir had done it, and he just brought it there, and he said Al-Qissa al-Mashura, the well-known story, which is that Al-Utbee had made, Al-Utbee who had brought it. And he got no narration, and actually when you look at the narration, or you got no change of narrators, when you look at it and you trace it, it's been narrated by Imam al-Bayhaqi, and it is totally corrupted in this narration. Al-Imam Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah had spoke about it in Al-Tawassul wal-Wasila in his book, and he had denied it. The Shaykh ibn al-Qayyim had said regarding this issue, and he denied it. And all the scholars they said this is one of the mistakes that Ibn Kathir, they put it there without saying nothing about it, did not elaborate. Now, brothers, I'm not really concerned about that the story is wrong or not wrong. I'm concerned about you and myself. Is our aqidah built on wishy-washy, or is our aqidah built upon stones? I want to understand. So every person brings me a shubha, and brought me this. See, first of all, your Quran, وَمَا أَنْتَ بِمُسْمِعٍ مَنْ فِي الْقُبُورِ. You're not going to make the people in there to listen to you anything. So I know that from the Quran, and I know from the Sunnah, that a Prophet of Allah, he taught that Quran, Ibn Abbas. إِذَا سَأَلْتَ فَاسْأَلِ اللَّهِ. If you ask, only ask Allah. إِذَا اسْتَعَنْتَ فَاسْتَعِنْ بِاللَّهِ. And then this man who done all this Bedouin man, he even not in the time of the Prophet, so well after the companions. This man comes into the grave and asks for forgiveness from the grave, from the Prophet of Allah, and then that will waive my aqidah? My aqidah is really strong and solid. So I should not be, because Ibn Kathir brought it. Or Ibn Kathir brought it, but he never said, I brought only the authentic. Ibn Kathir never said that. Ibn Kathir, even if he made a hadith and he put the narrators there, then he had set himself free from anything, because he said, I put the narrators, it is upon you to discuss whether it's authentic or not. But he did not put anything about that story, nothing. And yet this story has become famous. Becoming famous doesn't mean authentic. We have a hadith which is unauthentic. They're very, very famous. اطلبوا العلم ولا في الصين. Who's an Arab here? Have you heard about this hadith? Yeah. Who's an Arab here, please? No, only Arab. سمعت الحديث؟ سمعت. See, look, very, very well known. So this hadith, cheek knowledge, or even it's in China, this is made by Chinese. Made by China. Chinese hadith is it? You've heard it as well? Oh, sorry. So it's become now in Arabic.
Sikh knowledge even if you have to go to China.
Why is going to Chinese knowledge there in China? Allah understand. So I'm just saying, being famous story doesn't mean. So I'm just asking the brothers, is your aqidah going to be just like this? Any person will say, I don't know this. Yeah, they make mistakes. Didn't the companions make mistakes? Didn't they ask the Prophet of Allah about the tree that we have studied in this book? That we are teaching this book. I don't know why we're teaching this book for. If we're aqidah like that. That we heard that the companions, they asked the Prophet of Allah about that tree. Ij'al lana dhata anwar. Make us that tree to be worshipped, like these people to be worshipped. Those are companions. Did they make a mistake or not? So they made a mistake. A scholar does not make a mistake. Everybody makes a mistake. Yeah. All the scholars make mistakes. But we hope that this mistake is within the hadith of the Prophet of Allah. إِذَا اجْتَهَدَ الْحَاكِمْ. If he makes an ijtihad, if he's wrong, he will be what? Rewarded. Regardless whether he's mistaken or not, but he will be rewarded all the time. But if he's correct, then he will get double reward. So I want to understand where is our aqeedah from this. So when فَإِذَا سَأَلْتَ فَاسْأَلِ اللَّهِ. So this is a narration. We don't know the authenticity, but it's not authentic. And it's about a man, we don't know who it is. We don't know the man who's Utbee, we don't know who is even the man who's a Bedouin man, we don't know anything. Where are the companions? Where's Aisha? Aisha radiallahu anha, wasn't she in the house where the Prophet of Allah died? Okay, wasn't she next to the grave of the Prophet of Allah in that room? She was next to it, isn't it? She lived her life next to that. The room was closed, but she's lived. So if every time she makes a mistake, when she made a mistake, she realized she made a mistake. When she had gone to support, as Zubayr and Talha. And she went out and she told Abdullah, why didn't you stop me? He said, well, I've got two men on top of you, and I couldn't do anything. Means on top of that is all the time, they are bigger than me and they are telling you to go. I was going to tell you to go, but not to go, but you went. She said, I made a mistake that I don't want to be buried. She wanted to be buried there with them, with her father and Umar and the Prophet. But she said, I made a mistake. I don't deserve to be there. So she was crying all the time until her khimar, until her niqab, her burqa, until what? Is being drenched with dumu'a. حتى تبل خمارها. Always with the... Couldn't she just go to the grave and ask forgiveness from the Prophet of Allah? She would have done it. That's it, end of story. So I don't want you every time we find something from somebody, oh, I want to solve it. No, ya akhi, put it in the bin. Put it in the bin and don't waste your time with other types of people. Our aqeedah is built upon much stronger than this. Not a story like that and a story like this. And by the way, this story we will discuss it when we come to the Shafa'ah. It's in this book. We will come to it. But as I said, number one, it's unauthentic. Number two, opposite the companions what they do. Number three, that the scholars make mistakes. Yeah, that the companions make mistakes. And number four, as I said, we are not people who are just listening to everybody. Our aqeedah is strong. So anything that opposes your solid things, you have to say, that's unauthentic. Or he made a mistake because your aqeedah is strong. Nobody's going to come to it and they say to you, there is this hadith, talk about this issue of, no, these are principles. I cannot go and discuss something which is to do with my aqeedah regarding that. I can't take a grave, regardless who is in the grave, as a person, or as an idol, or as a person to ask for him intercession or forgiveness. No way. I hope that this inshallah will give you some sort of strength in your iman and makes you solid against the shubuhat that come from everywhere. Allah musta'an, ya akhi. Ibn Kathir and others make a mistake. So Imam al-Tabari, remember the last person who had come here, alhamdulillah, the brother, who I told him answer the question, he sent me his message, he said, alhamdulillah, now my heart is settled. Then my heart, alhamdulillah, now is settled. He felt happy. But how many times am I going to make him happy? So I made him happy. We're going to get another shubhat. I'm going to make it. It's endless. What are you going to do? Stop listening. Don't listen to the bid'ah. If there is something that there which opposes the principles, it's either not authentic or it's either that this person had made a mistake. And everybody makes a mistake. We are abiding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the worship with himself, the Prophet, and the companions, nobody else. Even if one companion made something, had been opposed by, let's say a companion had done it. Do we follow that companion? No, we follow, the companions made a mistake. So, for example, Talha, he was eating hail while it was fasting Ramadan, licking hail. Why are you licking hail? It does not break the fast. It's barakah from Allah Azza wa Jalla. You want to follow it? Jabir ibn Samurah used to sell alcohol. Radiallahu anhu wa arda. So, yes, he used to sell alcohol. Jabir ibn Samurah used to sell alcohol. He never heard of the Prophet of Allah. he had cursed 10 because he thought only drinking is haram. He never thought of selling alcohol is haram. So he makes a mistake. So companions, they do make mistakes. With lots of companions, there are countless. Mistake, Abdullah ibn Zubayr, all these people who made a coup, they make a mistake or no? Yes. But the consensus of the companions is infallible. When they have consensus, that's infallible. But as mistakes, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody. As for the prophets, even they do a small what? Small mistakes. Like the Prophet of Allah, so he made a mistake when he turned his eye away from the blind man. عَبَسَ وَتَوَلَّى أَنْ جَاءَهُ الْأَعْمَى. An ayah we recited until today. He made a mistake. But they don't make major mistakes. They are infallible regarding this. And even that mistakes are small ones that they will be corrected by Allah the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala.